The Super Switch. I won't call it this Nintendo Switch 2, even though that might be the name, or whatever name you guys think. To me, Super Switch just sounds a lot better. I don't know why. Maybe because of Super Nintendo. But growing up, Nintendo has always been really good. And let's face it, moving from the Wii U, taking those specs, making a Switch was genius on their part. And Nintendo has been very conserved on the games that they put on their system. They gave us a little bit of AAA games. You know, we got to play The Witcher 3. If you didn't play it on anything else, you got to play it on the Switch. But it was heavily gutted. The graphics were gutted. Most of the sports games that we got on the Switch were gutted graphically and modes wise. Like there's no details in the paragraphs between what the Switch ports over. So I'm thinking, given all of the leaks that we're getting about the Super Switch, this thing is supposed to be as powerful as a PlayStation Pro when it's docked, and just as powerful as a PlayStation 4. Don't quote me. I read it somewhere. Hopefully I can find the link, and I will surely link that to an article to you guys in the descriptions below. But I'm here to talk about games that I think could help propel Nintendo's next handheld hybrid console. And surely enough, it doesn't have to be because it's a Sony exclusive. But think about it. Games like Spider-Man Remastered. Yes, that game has been out for years now, and I totally understand that. But my point to drive home is that the Super Switch needs something like that. Now, they don't need exactly Spider-Man. That would be cool if they could, because then everyone around the world can finally enjoy Spider-Man once again. But games like Spider-Man Remastered, RE4 Remake, those are games that actually could help propel the Switch. Think about it, because a lot of times when the Steam Deck first came out, a lot of the first games that were advertised were Spider-Man, The Witcher 3. And I want to say Cyberpunk, but I'm not too sure on that last one. Maybe you guys can let me know. But Spider-Man was by far the most advertised game for the Steam Deck. And it's continued to be the most advertised game for the Steam Deck. And I'm probably going to use it as a thumbnail. Wouldn't it be cool to see Spider-Man on the Switch, on the Super Switch? I'm just saying, because of how the Switch, we understand it was underpowered. It had some good performance. The biggest AAA games on there was The Witcher 3, Doom Eternal. I think Doom Eternal was on there. Don't quote me on that. But a lot of first party games, Zelda, Mario, they're quote unquote considered AAA for Nintendo. And that's not anything to take away from them. I love those games. But I just think in order for the Super Switch to propel just a little bit higher, we're going to need better AAA games. That would be amazing if we can get like Days Gone on there. How awesome would that be to be a Nintendo Switch player playing Days Gone? I don't know if anyone's ever played that. I think that game is really underrated. It deserves a part 2. But I am just saying, I think these are the type of games that could help the Super Switch right out of the gate, because 2025, we're finally getting the official announcement, but now we're hearing Sony is thinking of making a handheld, Microsoft is thinking of making a handheld, and there's still maybe 50,000 other handhelds that are coming out that could maybe take the light away from Nintendo. Now, Nintendo has always been in my opinion, best when it came to its handhelds. Sure, its consoles were good. By far, the GameCube might have been the best one, but let's be honest, the handhelds have always been Nintendo's market. And as much as I don't want to say this, if the Super Switch do not release games that can challenge Sony's PlayStation Portable or whatever they're going to call it, maybe Microsoft's handheld, I don't know. This is the first time for them, so we'll see what they're going to do. If we get another simple side-scrolling Mario game, it may be over for them. We may be seeing the end of what Nintendo can offer us. Now, I'm only speaking for the future. This is not set in stone. This is just me talking. And I just want to bring some type of light to it. Nintendo probably could fail if the Super Switch or the Nintendo Switch 2 does not have the games to back it up. They got away with what they have now. But if you paid attention, they slowly threw in a couple of games that were kind of pushing the Switch limit or max, however you look at it. I'm just saying the Super Switch needs to give us some really heavy hitting AAA games to justify why it's going to be the best handheld for 2025 and more. Granted, it's a system that's going to be behind, but it's Nintendo, and Nintendo tends to, again, be very conserved on how they release games, what games are being used for the system. They make sure the developers know what to do, and so on and so on. But come on, Nintendo, give us some games like RoboCop. We need RoboCop on there or something, because if we don't get those games that really show how powerful the system can be, I think Nintendo is going to start dipping. And that's going to be really weird to see, because what are you going to do if Nintendo doesn't exist anymore? That's too far in the future. I'm not there yet. I don't know if you guys are, but just let me know what you guys think, and have a happy new year.